Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. Fantastic to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've had an awesome day and stoked if you subscribe. Really appreciate that support. It means a lot. It means I can put more effort into making more videos and helping you find out the pros and cons of different foods and the truth behind if they're actually good for you or not. Now what we have here is MacroMike's Donut Baking Mix. Is it healthy or is it not healthy? I'm going to get straight to it. Well, yes and no. I wouldn't full out say it's healthy. That's my honest answer with you. But I wouldn't say it's particularly unhealthy either. And it's definitely much healthier than eating donuts from a donut store, from your local supermarket, or from probably anywhere else you can buy donuts from. So if you want more healthy donuts, this is what you get. If you want to have just healthy food, this is not what you get. Now, I'm going to explain to you the pros and cons of this, what makes it healthier than other donuts. In fact, it's much healthier than donuts you could buy from a supermarket or from a donut store. But let's have a look at the ingredient profile and let's have a look at what those ingredients will actually do to you. Now, per serve, per donut you make, there's 5 grams of protein, 1.6 grams of fat, 13.3 grams of carbs, and overall that means you're getting 90 calories per 30 gram donut, which is a pretty small donut. But still, that's probably, I would say 1/3 of the carbohydrate you're getting from a normal donut, but a hell of a lot less sugar. Why are you getting a lot less sugar in this donut? Well, there is a reason why you're getting a lot less sugar. It's good and bad. Let me talk about that in a minute. What are the key ingredients in these donuts? Well, some of the good ingredients are almond protein and raw cacao. Now, almond protein is obviously dairy-free, and it has all kinds of health benefits. Almonds provide a huge range of health benefits. I'll put a link in the description below to my review of MacroMike's almond protein. You can jump on that video to see all the health benefits of almonds, and there's quite a lot of them. Raw cacao. There's raw cacao in this product, and that stuff is very healthy for you as well. And raw cacao is rich in polyphenols that provide quite a number of different benefits. Polyphenols are naturally occurring antioxidants found in foods like fruits, vegetables, tea, chocolate, and wine. They've been linked to numerous health benefits, including reduced inflammation, better blood flow, lower blood pressure, and improved cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Now, let's have a look at the full ingredient breakdown. All right, the most prevalent ingredient in here, we don't know the exact percentages of each of them, but we can tell the amounts are greater the higher up in the ingredient list that the product is listed at, and lower the lower they are. So the most prevalent ingredient in this product is brown rice flour, which is fine. It's basically brown rice. The second largest ingredient is almond protein. So I don't know how much there is exactly, but there's going to have to be a lot of almond protein in this. I'm going to guess it's probably about 20 to 30% almond protein. Third most prevalent ingredient is tapioca flour. Now, there's a little bit of confusion about tapioca flour and tapioca starch. For some reason, manufacturers can write on the product whatever they want. They can say it's starch or flour because they're actually both the same thing. Now, tapioca is a starch that is actually extracted from the storage roots of the cassava plant, a species native to the north and northeast regions of Brazil, but whose use is now spread throughout South America and now actually throughout all the world. Now, tapioca flour or starch is an excellent binding and thickening agent for multiple purposes. Baking goods, cooking soups, etc. That's why it's in here. But is it unhealthy or healthy? Neither or really. But I'm going to break down to you what is in tapioca starch. Then you can make your own mind up. Well, per 100 grams, it has 4 grams of fat. That includes 1 gram of saturated fat. So this product's 1%. Tapioca starch is 1% saturated fat, 4% fat. Pretty low in fat. Sodium, 145 milligrams per 100 grams. So that's 6% of your daily intake. So to get your daily intake of sodium, you would need to eat a hell of a lot of tapioca starch. You would need to have about 1.5 kilos of tapioca starch. So very low in sodium as well. Potassium, 92 milligrams, that's 2% of your daily intake. Carbohydrate, 22 grams per 100, so it's 22% carbohydrate. And 15 grams per 100 grams of sugar, so it's 15% sugar. And 2 grams per 100 of protein, so it's 2% protein. In addition to that, there's a little bit of calcium and a tiny bit of magnesium as well. So it's really neither here nor there. I would say it's healthier than having white flour. In fact, it's definitely healthier in my experience than having white flour. I've consumed a lot of tapioca starch, as I often will put it in an energy drink. So I find it's pretty good. I digest it pretty easily. All right, so our next ingredient is the big question mark, and is the reason why I don't recommend this product to some people. And I don't recommend this product to you if you're going to eat a lot of donuts. If you're going to have, say, a couple, that's fine. But if you're going to have a lot, you could feel sick because of this ingredient, and that is erythritol. Erythritol is kind of good and bad. Too much of it is bad, a little bit is fine. Now, erythritol is natural, doesn't cause side effects, and tastes almost exactly like sugar. Well, so some people say. It does come without the calories. Now, erythritol belongs to a class of compounds called sugar alcohols. Many different sugar alcohols are used by food producers. These include xylitol, sorbitol, and maltitol. Most of them function as a low-calorie sweetener used in sugar-free or low-sugar products. Most sugar alcohols are found in small amounts in nature, especially in fruits and vegetables. The way these molecules are structured gives them the ability to stimulate the sweet taste receptors on your tongue. But erythritol is very different from the other sugar alcohols. To begin with, it contains a lot fewer calories. Table sugar is 4 calories per gram. Xylitol is 2.4 calories per gram, and erythritol is 0.24 calories per gram. So a very small amount of calories. It has only 6% the calories of sugar, but it still contains 70% of the sweetness. And that's why they use products like that in energy drinks and other things like that. Now, in large-scale production, erythritol is actually created when a type of yeast ferments glucose from corn or wheat starch. The final product ends up being like a fine white powder. So is it safe? Well, it is safe, but multiple studies on its toxicity and its effects on your metabolism have been performed in animals. Despite long-term feeding of high amounts of erythritol, no serious side effects have been detected. There is one caveat, though, to most sugar alcohols. They can cause digestive issues. In fact, they do for quite a few people, because quite a lot of people have too much of them. Due to their unique chemical structure, your body can't digest them, and they pass unchanged through most of your digestive system or until they reach the colon. In the colon, they are fermented by the resident bacteria, which produce gas as a side product. Consequently, eating high amounts of sugar alcohols may cause bloating and digestive upset. In fact, they belong to a category of fiber known as FODMAPs. However, erythritol is very different than other sugar alcohols. Most of it gets absorbed into the bloodstream before it reaches the colon. In fact, 90% of it is absorbed. It circulates in the blood for a while, and it is eventually excreted unchanged through your urine. Now, about 90% you eat is absorbed in the bloodstream, as we just talked about, but the remaining 10% remains undigested in your colon. Unlike most sugar alcohols, it seems to be resistant to fermentation by colon bacteria. Feeding studies providing up to 0.4 grams per pound or 1 gram per kilo of body weight show that it is very well tolerated. But other studies showed that 50 grams of erythritol in a single dose increased nausea and stomach rumbling and also bloating for some people. Now, for most people, not the vast majority, unless you're eating massive amounts of it at a time, it's unlikely to cause a stomach upset. However, erythritol sensitivity varies between different people. So the ingredients tell us exactly how much erythritol is in this product, and it's 5.4 grams per donut or 18 grams per 100 grams of this product. So if you had, say, 200 grams of donuts, which would be, say, around about 6 donuts, then you're going to get 36 grams of erythritol, which is probably your upper limit. In other words, you don't want to have any more than 6 of these. Otherwise, you're probably not going to feel really good. Some of you might be fine, and others might be going, why do I feel bad? So that's the reason I said these are good and bad. If you're choosing these as an alternative over a normal donut, they're a million miles better. But if you choose them over the alternative of, say, a smoothie or a healthy shake or something, then no, they're not better. Now, let's quickly gloss over the other ingredients in this product. Coconut flour nectar is up next, followed by vegan choc chips, which are basically just chocolate, which is obviously not particularly healthy. Next is cocoa powder, which is, like I've said, it is healthy. Next up is rice syrup. Then you've got sunflower lecithin, natural flavors, gluten-free baking powder, raw cacao, coconut milk powder, Himalayan rock salt, and stevia. Stevia is often talked about as a safe and healthy sugar substitute that can sweeten up foods without the negative health effects linked to refined sugar. Also associated with several impressive health benefits such as reduced calorie intake, blood sugar levels, and risk of cavities. Stevia is good, definitely good. Why is there not more stevia and no erythritol? Well, because erythritol is cheap as chips, stevia is very expensive. So if you want your donuts to cost $5 each, well, then they could change the product, make it more expensive, and you could buy that product, but no one wants to do that. So therefore, they put in erythritol and a little bit of stevia to make up for the difference between the taste of erythritol and normal sugar, which is 70% of the normal taste. They're adding in that additional 30% with the little bit of stevia. So, reviews. What are people saying about these donuts? Well, honestly, I'm quite surprised at how good the reviews are. People absolutely love them. On Google, there is 55 reviews with an average score of 4.8. And I'll just share with you one of those reviews. It says, it tastes too good. The texture is far too perfect. The taste is far too sensational. You will devour the entire packet. They are way too good. I don't recommend you devour the entire packet, by the way. Maybe have half now and half tomorrow. It goes on to say, if you want a description rather than a rave, the texture is dense and doughy. The taste is sweet, rich, and nutty. As a recommendation, make it as single-serve mug cakes rather than a baked batch because they taste so damn good and the smell will really get to you. Congrats, MacroMike team, on another perfect product. Well, pretty much all the reviews are like that. 4.8 out of 5 stars. It's probably one of the highest rated products I've ever seen in my life. And the same goes for other places. I mean, AustralianSportsNutrition.com.au sells these. They've got 6 reviews there. Out of those 6 reviews, 5 of those are 5 stars. They all absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10, they said. Fantastic. One of them said they weren't a big fan of the flavor. So, as you can see, reviews are really glowing for the product. To be honest, for the price, for $20, yeah, it's pretty good. And if you're going to have dessert, if you're going to have some sort of treat, this is definitely a better treat than 99% of desserts you could possibly eat. So if you're looking at it from that angle, yeah, it's a good product and it's definitely worth giving it a shot. But if you look at it and thinking, I'm eating health food, no, you're not eating health food. It's just a much healthier version of a donut. Thanks for watching the channel. I hope you've learned something today. Let me know if you have or not. If you've got any more questions, stick them in the comment section below and I'll see if I can get to those for you. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.